Hi everyone, David here. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for coming back for another video. As you can see, I'm taking a trip today. This is Tennoji Station. I'm catching the train to Kansai International Airport. Make sure you get on the right train car though, because only the front half will make it all the way to Kansai Airport. The other will go to Wakayama. There we go. So I managed to make it all the way there. So here is Kansai International Airport train station. Made it safe and sound. And I'm taking Terminal 2 today because I am taking a domestic flight. I'll tell you where soon, but here's the domestic flight departures lounge. A little bit sparse, not much to do there. It's a bit like a emergency shelter. I was just waiting to check in for my peach flight. There is a souvenir store there, but yeah, there's not much to do in departures. I did have some lunch, had some katsudon. It was fine. It was a 6 out of 10 maybe. But I was catching the plane. Now this is a Peach plane. Peach is the low-cost carrier. It's very popular in Japan. It can take you all sorts of places at a reasonable price. A lot cheaper than national carriers. So there we go. Here we go on the plane. And where was I flying? Actually, Daiki knew I was leaving today, so he used his tracking app and managed to even film me. So that's my plane flying away. There we go. And yeah, I was taking a flight to Niigata. So this is Niigata Airport. And the shuttle bus took me to Niigata Station. Niigata is the prefectural city of Niigata Prefecture, as you might imagine. Nice city on the north coast of the Japan Sea. As you can see, the G7 is being held here for the finance ministers in May. But I caught the tourist bus around. That's a nice shrine which I didn't visit. I was just taking a look around. There seemed to be some kind of festival going on. You can see a little float there. Actually, when I arrived at my destination, there was another one waiting down the street. I don't know what the festival was actually, but it was a little bit cold for those short shorts. So it's good on you. So what I was here for, I was actually here to visit the former house of Aizu Yaichi, also known as Shusho Dojin. He was a famous haiku writer who lived here until his death. But his house has been kept as a kind of memorial and like a mini museum too. Lovely Japanese style house there with a tatami, a lovely garden as well at the back. You can go relax there. It's quite peaceful. It's not a particularly busy tourist attraction. And the Western style house that was built on the side of it. It's like an annex. That's got more history in it. That's got the haiku exhibitions. It was a bit lost on me really. I didn't know much about him, to be honest. I just kind of picked this place from the tour map. You can see his phone book. They still have phone books. It's kind of reassuring. But yeah, beautiful Japanese rooms, tatami rooms. There's like hanging scrolls. You get a nice view of the garden too. Very light and airy. Felt very peaceful. That was my first place to visit. I thought I'd walk down to Furumachi after this. This is the old town. This is like the center of Niigata City. I'm not sure what the pandas were for. Yeah, never mind. But a lot of these kind of mid-sized Japanese cities have these big shopping arcades. It was a bit strange. I don't know what was going on. This was a Sunday, but a lot of the shops were closed, which is a little bit unusual for Japan. Unfortunately, the weather was turning, so I thought I'd choose an indoor activity. I went to the Niigata Animation Museum with all these models outside, all these plastic models. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, just wanted to do something inside, to be honest. So I took a look inside. It was quite a nice museum. Not especially huge. They had a big special display on, but you can't film inside. This is the regular display. You can't film inside there. So I just took some photos. That was allowed. A lot of interactive exhibitions, a lot of English as well, so you can see it even if you don't know Japanese. Interesting little games too. Celebrating the manga creators from Niigata. There's quite a lot of them. I did find this arcade machine as well where I can play Point Blank, known as Gun Bullet in Japan. It's very nostalgic. So there we go, walking back. It's getting evening time. Niigata city is famous for tulips apparently. There's a nice bridge with a load of tulips on it. And yeah, they go back to the hotel. This is the Juraku Inn. This is celebrating its 100th anniversary this year. Congratulations. I thought I'd show you the hotel room because some people are interested. It's quite spacious actually. There's a very large kind of closet space, trouser press. Otherwise fairly normal. I stayed here before actually, a few years ago. Got a very large room, but yeah, this was fairly normal size one. Funny bed that faces the TV, don't have to break your neck, that's good. Here's the bathroom too, very clean, seemed quite new. Hello there, hi. And finally tried out the super toilet, Japanese washlet, with the little jets. It was quite nice. And also the buffet breakfast, filled up on all sorts of stuff, carbs, meat, eggs, and a lot of local delicacies too, fish and rice. But there was no rest for me. I had to take the bus to the Sado Island ferry terminal because I was going to travel there. I'm not very good with boats, but that's the only way to get to Sado Island really. I think the airport's closed for now. I'm not sure what the dolphins are for. I didn't see any dolphins. There we go, all aboard the Sado Kisen ship, which takes me to Sado. Yeah, they called it the Ship of Dreams. This is a large lobby. You can rent blankets if you want to. I decided to have a look up on top deck. See a lot of seagulls. It's a bit of a cloudy day. I was a bit worried about the weather because, yeah, like I said, I'm not very good with boats. But there we go. And a nice event plaza with no events. This was a Monday, so I don't blame them. That's fine. Even a little arcade with a crane game. Good luck catching anything with the boat moving around. And there's quite a lot of carpeted areas that you can just go and relax on. It's quite comfortable. Or seats if you prefer to a bit more of a Western style. And a restaurant as well. We can get some local delicacies. What did I get? I can't remember. Oh yeah, tare katsudon. Another katsudon, but this is katsudon soaked in tare sauce, which is kind of famous in the area. As you can see, the stormy weather was happening on the other side of the seawall, but we did get around there, past the lighthouse into the open ocean, and yeah, getting a bit stormy. This is the Japan Sea. This is the North Sea of Japan. Yeah, looking a bit stormy, a little bit scary. Not very happy about that. But this is Sado Island. This is the 6th biggest island in Japan after the big 4 main islands, and also Okinawa's main island too. I think it has about 50,000 residents as well, so quite a large population for very large as well. It looks a bit like coming to Jurassic Park. What was that island called? I can't remember. Ila Nublar, what's it called? Anyway, nice big mountains too. There was even snow on the top. This was in April, so a little bit surprising, but yeah, it was still a little bit cold in Niigata. But the bus was taking me all the way to Sado Kinzan, which is the gold mine, hoping to be a UNESCO World Heritage Site one day. And there are 2 main tunnels you can go down. You can buy separately or together. This was the oldest one. You can see a lot of diagrams in Japanese, which I didn't really understand. But there is a fair bit of English advice too. You can read what was going on. You can see the signs there. You can see there's rather interesting animatronic puppets pumping water. Of course, if you're underground on an island, then there's a lot of groundwater you have to take care of if you're mining. So yeah, you can see people working their way around. This is called an Archimedes screw, I think it was called. I'm not sure how they pump the water up. Yeah, very interesting puppets. This mine was open since the 1600s, so it's a very old mine, one of the most famous in Japan. And some very deep tunnels as well. They go quite far down. Yeah, hope you don't have vertigo. Yeah, interesting to see everything. I don't know what was going on here. This is the Pet Shop Boys birthday party or something, I'm not sure. A little bit creepy actually, some kind of cult. But there's a museum after that. You can see a bit of a cross-section of the mine, which kind of puts everything you've just seen into perspective. And a lot of information about kind of Sado Island's early life. What was it like to live in those times? It's a gold mine of information. And yeah, big dioramas. You can see all the traditional clothes, buildings, all that stuff. Very interesting. I didn't have a lot of time because I had to dash through the other tunnel. This is the more modern one. This mine did close in 1989, but you can still see they use the tunnels for aging sake and various things. Yeah, you can buy that in the gift shop apparently. A lot of mining equipment too, if you're into your Minecraft. that tunnel wasn't so interesting. If you just choose one of them, then definitely choose the older one. That's the tunnel all the way in. You can see the old mining equipment too. Kind of interesting, yeah, but I had a bus to catch, so unfortunately I had to rush through the souvenir shop. You can see a lot of gold themed souvenirs, very extensive. You can buy these kind of gold bars as well. Unfortunately not the same as face value. But a bit further down the hill you can take a little bus ride. You can see the old Kitazawa Flotation plant. This is where they separate the minerals from the ore and process it all. Of course this closed down in '89, like I said, so it's all abandoned and all grown over. It's kind of interesting, somewhere between Camelot and Machu Picchu. Yeah, very interesting, good for Instagram if you're into that. I don't know, I felt a bit magical, a bit of kind of Laputa feeling, castle in the sky. And a nice lunch here at the restaurant nearby, where they had a lot of Laputa memorabilia, so obviously that comparison wasn't lost on them. So this is Aizawa, I forgot what the name of it was. This is the little coastal town. Yeah, this was a lovely little peaceful seaside town. Not much going on a Monday afternoon, but I took a little walk up the hill to the Sado Bungyosho, which is the former magistrate's residence. This has burnt down 5 times and has only recently been reconstructed again, so it looks kind of very new. There's a few exhibits as well, like these traditional old scrolls, all pictures of the old town, and some lead tablets that they dug up when they were doing renovations, which you can pick up. They're very heavy. Don't think I've really picked up lead before, but there we go. Yeah, nice little peaceful house, very pine scented, and tatami, all that stuff. It was very nice. And there's also a museum. You can see how they used to make paper down these little water tunnel things. And yeah, making my way back down to the bus terminal, you can see a nice view of the coast, very peaceful. I'm taking the bus back to Ryotsu Port, which is where you get the bus, get the ferry back down to Niigata City. Thought I'd have a little bit of a walk before I went in, but the clouds looked like they weren't going to take any prisoners, so I thought I'd go back to the terminal before I got carried away by birds, which apparently is a danger. I'm not sure what the best time to buy souvenirs is, but I guess it wasn't now. Everything was closed already. A little bit bleak, but you can see the ibis. Ibis is apparently a famous bird in Sado Island. I didn't see any, but yeah, never mind. I hope you can. Back to Niigata Airport, on my way back again, and a nice mural there. You can see the, what's it called, the Taraifune, which is like a big wooden tub made into a boat. I wanted to try that, but that was a completely different area of the island, so sadly I couldn't make it there. But you can enjoy the souvenirs of Niigata Prefecture, including sake, which is made from Niigata's famous rice. You can buy some of that as well. I did buy a little bottle of sake to try later on. And they've got these dango as well. Dango are kind of dumplings. I think these are mixed with some kind of leaves. I'm not sure. I should have done my research for this, but yeah, check those out. I think you have to buy them fresh though. And as usual, all kinds of special Niigata themed souvenirs. You can enjoy that, or buy presents for your loved ones. And because it's an airport, there's a lot of plane related goods too. So if you're into planes, there we go. Eat your heart out. And this is actually an international airport, so they have the gacha gacha machines to use up all your spare change. This is deep Japanese culture, apparently. I didn't see any actual international flights leaving, so maybe that's... I think mostly they go to Russia, which is probably why they're not running at the moment. There we go. Goodbye, Niigata. Back on my peach flight. And luckily I got a window seat this time. Very difficult to take a video out there, but here we are. Taking off. That's the end of my trip. I hope that was interesting for you. Please, yeah, like, subscribe, comment, share this video. Anyone who wants to know about different places in Japan, I'll definitely point them my way. Very nice, smooth takeoff. It was a little bit bumpy on the way back, but it was okay. And a nice view, so you can see. Our flight was delayed a little bit, so we were on a little holding pattern over Shikoku Island, which is completely the other side of Osaka. But you can see the end of, what is it, I think Kagawa Prefecture. Very beautiful. Yeah, I like to do this kind of thing. I wish I could ride a helicopter or something, take some footage. And this is Naruto. This is connecting Shikoku's Tokushima with Awaji Island. As you can see in the middle, this is where the two areas of water meet, and they mix, and they're different temperatures, so you get these whirlpools. That's what Naruto is famous for. So under the bridge you can see the whirlpools. And finally, flying over Awaji Island. This is the kind of connecting island to Kansai, which I think is the 8th biggest island in Japan. I had to look it up. And there we go, touching back down to Kansai Airport on the sea. I think I'm just about going to make it in one piece, so great. Okay, lovely. Well, thank you for watching. That was a nice flight. It took about an hour and a quarter, I think, from Kansai to Niigata. Definitely check out Niigata if you have a chance. Yeah, nice place. Famous for seafood. I didn't actually get a chance to try any of that, but it was quite fun anyway. So definitely check it out. There we go, back to Kansai Kuko Airport Station, and back to Tennoji from here. So thanks for watching. Take care, and come back for the next video. See you again. Bye.